One of the best things to do is get outside and take a walk. You know, you mentioned the dark room when the opposite is the light outside. You know, there's healing in the sunshine. You know, there's a time where you can feel the breeze, and so these are kingdom candy, right? This is a peanut butter flavor I've got right here. Okay, there's a
Peanut
salted
butter
caramel.
chocolate chip.
And you're thinking, how could that even be healthy? Well, so we designed this, all right? And I remember going through the ingredients and I wanted to have this, I wanted to have that, I wanted to have.
First things first is we've got a sitting to standing desk. So that sitting to standing desk, you can sit and you can stand. For every time you sit and you stand up, that's one squat. So there is a little bit of exercise. Also, you want to have the right kind of chair. You want to have a chair that gives you some lumbar support.
Let's go. When you have a stressful event in life or traumatic events like someone dies, a divorce, a loss of job, it can turn your world upside down. It can turn your habits upside down. It can open the door for activities and things that can bring destruction, not just short term, but long term. No one says you're going to be avoid of these events in life because you're going to have them. There's no question. You're going to have troubles. But how do you effectively deal with them from a health standpoint? We're going to talk about that right now.
Well, one of the first things we want to do is we want to take action. We don't want to stay in a dark room in the house and be depressed because that just leads to more health ailments and further chronic illness. We want to get an accountability partner, someone that can help us handle the grief, because grief is real. And grief takes different amounts of time to deal with from person to person. Someone it might take a month, someone it's 6 months, someone 2 years. It just depends upon the heart of the individual and the makeup of the individual. So we've got to take action and be put into motion to help handle those situations.
One of the best things to do is get outside and take a walk. You know, you mentioned the dark room when the opposite is the light outside. You know, there's healing in the sunshine. You know, there's a time where you can feel the breeze and feel the heat. It's good, and it gets you disconnected. Another thing people really do, I can say good or bad. Some people want someone to talk at, not talk with. So if you're a person that's dealing with someone that's had a loss, just listen. Don't feel like you've got to solve their problem, because their grief process is openly discussing that. Sometimes it's built up in them. They just want to like, I don't want to say vent. They want to let it out. And you happen to be the person that they feel comfortable with in the presence of to let it out of them. And so it's almost like letting some dead air out of a balloon, you know? And then I think another angle is there is a defined process of grief. There's stages of grief that authors and psychologists and psychiatrists have come up with. Whatever. Everybody deals with it differently. There's probably some commonalities there, but allow yourself and allow someone else to go through the processes in their own paces, because every human being and every human experience is different.
I did like the fact that she said, get outside, take a walk. You know, these stressors, they upregulate the sympathetic nervous system. It puts the body into fight or flight, run, fight, flee from the lion, the tiger, or the bear. It doesn't know the difference whether it's a loss of a loved one, the loss of a job, or any other type of stress. It's a stressor. So that sympathetic nervous system is upregulated. One of the ways that we can help handle that is to learn to deep breathe.
Yep.
Just take that 5 or 10 minutes when you feel that wave of being overwhelmed by that circumstance, that stressful situation. Breathe, deep breathe.
Yeah.
Take time to just sit and inhale through the nose slowly. Exhale through the mouth slowly, and let that parasympathetic nervous system come into balance so the fight or flight system can calm down.
One of the things I was taught years ago when I was on the SWAT team, you know, being a sniper, was the diaphragmatic breathing technique, which would push the breath down. The breath down. If you can see my hands right now, they're on my upper abdomen, and so when I breathe in, you can see my stomach coming out. When I breathe out, my stomach is coming back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. My upper body is not moving. That will force the body from a stress response into a relaxation response. And you can even check your watch or heart rate, and you're going to see your heart rate drop 5 to 10 beats per minute in a few minutes of a time frame. I mean, I'm talking a few seconds, probably, really, if you go through that like a minute long. But this will help you kind of get out of that space of stress and into a more relaxation state.
Oftentimes, I've found it very helpful for people in this state of extreme stress to make lists of what the priorities are.
Yeah.
The top priorities, because the mind can become so disrupted, the internal system can become so anxious, and everything just seems so overwhelming that if we'll just take the time to write those internal stressors down, the feelings that down, and the things that we need to handle as top priorities, and begin to check them off one at a time.
So we've talked about, deep breathing, making lists, find a friend, getting outside, going through your process the way you go through your process. And it's all okay. Those are 5 great tips for you right there, dealing with life and its stressful events. You're going to have them. And if you are going through one right now, go through what we talked about. Please, it's going to help you. And if you need some, medical intervention, or you feel like you're going down the pathway of suicidal ideations or thought, call somebody and get some help. It's nothing to be ashamed about.
Is snacking your unhealthy vice?
How to have a sweet without the cheat.
I don't know about you, but I have to have that cup of coffee in the morning. And Kingdom Coffee is mold-free, it is pesticide-free, and it is organic. It's got this flavor that is delicious. You don't even have to put cream or sweetener in it.
This is actually organic, mold-free, certified. It's got a little certificate with it. That's important because ultimately people drink coffee. It's cultural. And so we tried to meet the culture where it is and create a healthy alternative.
Hey friends, you already know the answer to this, but we'll ask you anyway. If you stay away from your favorite junk food for a month and then go back to supersizing it, will your health improve?
Well, that's the thing about change. To change, we have to be as consistent as possible.
And when we go back to an old habit, it's not the end of the world. We just get back at the new habit.
Before you know it, real transformation is evident to you and others.
That's why we offer a bunch of helpful bonuses when you subscribe to Kingdom Fuel.
Kingdom Fuel is our complete nutritional meal shake.
It's the simple start to a transformed life, and we'll auto ship every month so you don't run out.
You'll receive 2 free shaker cups, free access to our video courses, and a monthly call with us filled with practical inspiration.
Just see the link below or on your screen and subscribe today.
Kingdom Candy with a K again. 2 flavors. We got salted
Delicious.
caramel and peanut butter. These are great. I mean, they're
kind of like a complete meal.
yeah, they're 200 calories. People want to know that all the time, and not that we're worried about calories, but these things have great ingredients. They're not sweetened with sugars, and they don't have those false sugars or fake sugars, artificial
They've got
sugars.
fiber in them.
They do. It's interesting. Salted caramel crunch is our newest flavor. We'll come up with some other stuff at some point, but those can bridge the gap of that sweet tooth craving. They're sweetened with monk fruit. That's really, if you know what that is, it's not going to raise blood sugar.
It's really only 2 grams of sugar. I refer to it as the sweet without the cheat.
Any of these things out here are designed to be money saving, nutrition giving, and life enhancing. And this is a big deal. So you'll find out, like thousands of other people did, that these things will help you live healthy longer. If you're suffering from fatigue, if you know you got toxic overload because you're bringing in stuff that's actually inflammatory and toxic, it's time to get your body in a place where it can function again, because toxic buildup can and does and will kill you.
Kingdom Detox and Kingdom Detox packets. So the body's completely nourished. It gets a little bit of rest because it's not having to over digest, so to speak, and it gets the right nutrients that support those phases.
That's why the Kingdom Detox process works.
In my lifetime, I grew up thinking that it's time to have a snack mid-morning, mid-afternoon, and oftentimes even before I go to bed. Now, snacks have really kind of gotten a bad rap. However, there can be some really great ways to have a healthy snack. Let's talk about a few of those ways.
When I grew up, I was like told to eat snacks, small, frequent meals all the time. And man, I just grabbed anything, like it was usually junk food.
Snicker bar.
Probably Snicker bar, cookies, candy, chips, whatever, just snacking all the time. And sometimes snacking is necessary, depending on the way you're wired, the activity level you kind of have, and maybe how you've been raised. But it can also be something that's very dangerous for you, because that snacking today with those processed foods I just talked about are creating all these disease patterns in our world with type 2 diabetes and a lot of weight gain and things like that, that's creating all kinds of things that are negative. Or you can find healthy snacks. So, I tend to look for healthy snacks. This is one that I use. I take one of these and probably eat it every day.
What do you have in your hand there?
It's a secret.
Are you going to share your secret with
Nope,
me? Maybe it's
not.
a secret weapon that I need to know about
Nope,
too.
not going to tell you. No. So these are Kingdom Candy, right? This is a peanut butter flavor I've got right here. Okay, there's a
Peanut
salted
butter
caramel.
chocolate chip.
Yeah, you're thinking, how could that even be healthy? Well, so we designed this, all right? And I remember going through the ingredients and I wanted to have this, I wanted to have that, I wanted to have this. I wanted to be high protein. I wanted to be no sugar. I wanted to be high, good quality fats, such as medium chain triglycerides, right? And
What's the buzzword around medium chain triglycerides?
Well, they don't have to go through anything but the liver to get used in the system's energy. So it's like free energy from fat. It's pretty good, right? So this bar right here has 190 calories, has 12 grams of fat. It has 17 grams of carbohydrates and 12 grams of protein. So it's about a 30, 40, 30 breakdown as far as macronutrients. And all these are healthy. You're not going to hurt yourself. That it's kind of like the composition, maybe a little bit of a cookie dough, a little bit harder than that, but it's great. People need to have these things. This is a way to snack in a healthy way.
I call them the sweet without the cheat. And you'll always find one in my backpack when we travel. You usually find one in my purse, no matter where I'm at. So if I get in a pinch and I'm out on the run, I don't have to just zip into a convenience store and get something convenient that might have empty calories in it. I'll go for Kingdom Candy.
Well, they're in your backpack until I get a hold of them, and they're not there anymore, because I eat every one of them. I do. I might have one per day, but many days I'll have two. And I probably do, honestly, look forward to it, because it is sweet flavored. It's sweetened with allulose, monk fruit, stevia, the classics that we use in all of our stuff, including Kingdom Crunch. I sometimes will have that in my desk right now. No kidding. I've got the acai bowl Kingdom Crunch right over there in the drawer. And I've got a bag of it. It's not in the box anymore. And I will take that bag and I'll fill up a little cup full of it and I'll eat it every day.
Well, it's got a good amount of protein in it.
Yeah, that one has 9 grams of protein in it too. So I'm snacking on high protein, non-crappy foods, good things that have good fats. This is the same kind of composition that we have in the bars we have in the Kingdom Crunch as well.
So let's say somebody doesn't have Kingdom Candy or Kingdom Crunch available. What are just a couple other healthy snack options that people could lean on or lean to and have in their refrigerator, or take on the run, and have in their purse or their backpack or desk?
Well, sometimes I'll tell people to have those little hard-boiled eggs. Those
Great
are
idea.
simple, easy to use. They're fine. Fruit's also awesome. I mean, you can put an apple in your backpack or something like that, or an apple in your purse or something, and have that. You can core it up. It does a really good job. Those are two things that are great. I've even seen people take those little small packets of like unsweetened almond butter and put those in there as well. So these are little things that you can do for your
Celery and almond butter, celery and peanut
easy.
butter.
They're good
What a
stuff.
great win.
I mean, snacking is something that can be habitual and it can become negative, of course. So we want to turn around and make the negative positive. So, if you're a snacker, if you like snacks, if your kids like snacks, and, maybe after a ball game or something like that, there you go, right there. Kingdom Candy, Kingdom Crunch. These things taste great. They're super healthy, and you're going to enjoy every bite.
Turn your office into an ergonomic safe space.
Exercise at work? Yes, it can be done. Coming up next.
I don't know about you, but I have to have that cup of coffee in the morning. And Kingdom Coffee is mold-free, it is pesticide-free, and it is organic. It's got this flavor that is delicious. You don't even have to put cream or sweetener in it.
And it's Kingdom Cup with a K,
K.
right? So this is important. 50% of all coffee at least contains mold. And this is a key thing. That's in bean form, right? So you're going to be a little grinder. They're just a few bucks. Grind it up, put it in your maker, and make it. Why did we go with the bean form, the whole bean? Because ultimately the powder form is the one that gathers the most moisture. And that means the more potential mold development. So this is actually organic, mold-free, certified. It's got a little certificate with it. That's important because ultimately people drink coffee. It's cultural. And so we tried to meet the culture where it is and create a healthy alternative.
Can a shake transform your life?
If it helps you invest in your health on a daily basis, the answer is
Yes!
Kingdom Fuel is our complete nutritional meal shake.
It's the simple start to a transformed life.
We'll auto ship every month so you don't run out.
You'll receive 2 free shaker cups, free access to our video courses, and a monthly call with us filled with practical inspiration.
Just see the link below or on your screen and subscribe today. Now we have it, Kingdom Crunch.
It's important to start breakfast off with a power-packed punch. You want a complete amino acid score, good protein. If you turn the label over and look at the back of the box, there is no added sugars in either one of these flavors, either peanut butter or acai bowl.
Peanut butter has 11 grams of high-quality protein. Acai bowl has 8. Peanut butter has 11 grams of carbohydrate, acai bowl 12, and both of them have good solid fat content at 6 grams. Very filling, very healthy.
You will be fueling yourself with high quality fuel, starting off the day right. You can even use Kingdom Crunch as a snack in the middle of the day if you just have a craving and you want to eat something that is good for you, it has a crunch, and doesn't have a lot of calories.
There you go. Diabetic friendly, keto friendly, paleo friendly, Kingdom Crunch, and
Child friendly.
Kingdom Candy with a K again. 2 flavors. We got salted
Delicious.
caramel and peanut butter. These are great. I mean, they're
kind of like a complete meal.
yeah, they're 200 calories. People want to know that all the time, and not that we're worried about calories, but these things have great ingredients. They're not sweetened with sugars, and they don't have those false sugars or fake sugars, artificial
They've got
sugars.
fiber in them.
They do. It's interesting. Salted caramel crunch is our newest flavor. We'll come up with some other stuff at some point, but those can bridge the gap of that sweet tooth craving. They're sweetened with monk fruit. That's really, if you know what that is, it's not going to raise blood sugar.
It's really only 2 grams of sugar. I refer to it as the sweet without the cheat.
Any of these things out here are designed to be money saving, nutrition giving, and life enhancing. And this is a big deal. So you'll find out, like thousands of other people did, that these things will help you live healthy longer. I'm going to paint you a visual picture here. Does this pose mean anything to you? Slumped over, typing on a keyboard, and then you try to stand up after doing that for 8 hours, your back is sore, you don't have any strength in your legs and your wrists get sore and you get the carpal tunnel from the repeated movement syndromes. All of those things can happen in a normal course of a work environment. But did you know that you can transform your work environment into an exercise environment and in turn transform your life? How about that?
Well, we have successfully done that in our practice because after a 10-hour day, if you're sitting and charting for a long period of time, you go home stiff and you need to go out and walk or move. So what we have done is, of course, first things first is we've got a sitting to standing desk. So that sitting to standing desk, you can sit and you can stand. For every time you sit and you stand up, that's one squat. So there is a little bit of exercise. Also, you want to have the right kind of chair. You want to have a chair that gives you some lumbar support. It needs to be about 100 to 110 degree angle so that you're sitting upright and sitting on your sits bones and not slouching in your chair, creating more neck problems and more back problems and stiffness. Also, another thing that's really important is to make sure that when your hands are on the desk, to make sure that they are level with your shoulders at a 90-degree angle. If you put too much stress on that ulnar nerve, eventually you're going to have nerve pain and you're going to end up having to see an orthopedic because you've got numbness in your hands. A couple other things that are really important is the screen. You want to be able to look straight at the screen to where your eyes are really looking at the top of the screen instead of down, taking your neck forward, and your head is pretty heavy. So if your head is leaning forward all day, that could potentially create some neck pain. And then last but not least, we've turned our workstations into exercise stations. You can put a treadmill under your desk. You can put what's called a cubie under your desk. So you can move your legs and get blood, oxygen, and nutrients to your tissues throughout the day.
Yeah, just a couple things that I do too during the day is when I'm standing there, I will sit and try to suck in my gut, pull it back.
Do you have a gut?
Well, I hope not. I don't want to I don't want to have one because you might look at me weird at that point. You probably would too at that matter, but I want to pull it back as far as I can towards my spine, right? And then at the same time, we really equipped our computer systems with artificial intelligence so we can push a button, and when we're having a consult with somebody, instead of having to type that repeatedly like that, and put ourselves in that repetitive motion position, it actually records it, transcribes it, and then makes it into a transformed note that we can copy. We have to check it, but we can copy and paste it into the chart. It works really well. And then I'll actually sit there and just, while I'm talking to someone, moving my feet up and down, like maybe stretch my knees, high, bend them 90 degrees and go down. And you can actually increase your steps quite a bit. And I've been tracking this for a while. I don't told you this, but typically I could pretty get another 1,000 to 2,000 steps a day just by doing that in my workstation. And if everybody did that, it can really help a lot, right?
Well, yes. Anytime you get a little bit of extra blood, oxygen, and nutrients to the tissues, you're going to feel a little bit better. Not just blood, oxygen, and nutrients, but water. Having water at your right side or your left side, whichever side it is. Talk just a little bit about maybe the benefits of hydrogen water or having that on your desktop.
On my desk, I have 2 bottles. I have my FMI, silver metal cup that I fill up with our distilled water back there, right?
And that's about how many ounces?
It is about 26 ounces, I think, right? And I think it measures it on there. And then I also have my hydrogen infusion machine bottle. And so I take the water and I put it in there, right, into my hydrogen bottle and push the button, and the hydrogen bottle creates hydrogenated water. In other words, at the bottom cylinders, there's a electrolysis machine back there that creates hydrogen that goes up into the water. And then I drink out of that thing, and I can get myself 4 to 5 glasses or 4 to 5 bottles of that a day. And those are about 8 ounces, right? So that big glass gives me about 3. But if I can get 4 to 5 a day, hydrogen comes into my body, into my cells, right? All of them. It's so small, and even in my mitochondria, and it can reduce the antioxidant, it become an antioxidant for us, and also reduce inflammation. So it really is sort of this way to, hack our system to get younger or live younger, older.
It does take inflammation down and can even improve recovery from exercise.
Yeah, I've done a lot of that too, and I got a rhythm going on. I'll do that water, before and after work. And one more
Mhm.
thing for our office, I've got these little, blue blocker
Oh,
glasses
those
that
are
I sometimes put on.
yes,
Look
because the
like Bono maybe,
EMFs
but they're there.
can be very exhausting by the end of the day.
Oh my gosh, I think we've all had that.
EMF headache.
Totally, man. Your eyes hurt and all this mess. And we don't need to have that strain headache. And so I can put those things on. I don't wear them all the time. Probably should wear them more, but I probably wear them half an hour each day as a average. And it does help me because I've had eye strain before where things get kind of blurry.
Yeah. So if you spend a lot of time at work, it's very important to have ergonomic setup that works the best for you so that you don't have neck aches, back aches, and your energy is optimal by the end of the day.
So we're not talking about not exercising and just doing this at work and nothing else. Do your exercises well and then turn your work environment into a place of movement as opposed to just laborious, repetitive motions. And I think you'll be better off in the long term. This is giving you a few tips. This is one, there's probably more out there, but we've just given you some of the ones that we use every single day. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. For more questions, comments, and even ideas you want to share with us, you can reach out to us at sherwood.tv. If you're suffering from fatigue, if you know you got toxic overload because you're bringing in stuff that's actually inflammatory and toxic, it is time to get some answers. It's time to turn things around. It's time to get your body in a place where it can function again, because toxic buildup can and does and will kill you.
Kingdom Detox and Kingdom Detox packets.
In those are the supporting nutrients, the supporting micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, and amino acids that support all the functions of a whole Kingdom Detox. It also has Kingdom Fuel with it, so you can do a whole 2-week detox process with the detox packs, or you can just take the detox packs. Either way is fine, but it's going to support that process.
So the body's completely nourished. It gets a little bit of rest because it's not having to over digest, so to speak, and it gets the right nutrients that support those phases.
So we got to get the toxins out and let your body function well again. And that's why the Kingdom Detox process works. Now we have it, Kingdom Crunch.
It's important to start breakfast off with a power-packed punch. You want a complete amino acid score, good protein. If you turn the label over and look at the back of the box, there is no added sugars in either one of these flavors, either peanut butter or acai bowl.
Peanut butter has 11 grams of high-quality protein. Acai bowl has 8. Peanut butter has 11 grams of carbohydrate, acai bowl 12, and both of them have a good solid fat content at 6 grams. Very filling, very healthy.
You will be fueling yourself with high quality fuel, starting off the day right. You can even use Kingdom Crunch as a snack in the middle of the day if you just have a craving and you want to eat something that is good for you, it has a crunch, and doesn't have a lot of calories.
There you go. Diabetic friendly, keto friendly, paleo friendly, Kingdom Crunch, and
Child friendly.
Let's go.